All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Ray McCloud jumps town. We'll tell you where he's headed coming up next. And of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. We're also brought to you by Marin Autoglass, marinautoglass.com on the web, 415-883-3030, and by Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. Check them out, 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California. Call Anthony Catania. He's at 831-521-5264. All right, let's take a look at the 49er free agents now that we have more news. Ray McCloud is officially an Atlanta Falcon, folks. The man who loves to listen to 50 Cent high all the time before every game is moving his highness to Atlanta. No, I love Ray. Ray is one of my favorite guys. 2 years, $6 million. He jumps to the Falcons. And, you know, I think it had run its course. I mean, the Niners, Ray was a decent Niner. He had some nice plays, had a couple negative plays, but had some nice plays for the most part, and was a decent return guy. It's just time for Danny Gray to fill that role from within. It's time for the Niners to go in a different direction as far as the return guy is concerned. And Ray was solid as a return guy, but he just never had that bust. He never really busted the big one. They just couldn't get him loose, and he's a good player, but as far as super dependable, I mean, that move in the Super Bowl, I mean, wasn't his fault that the ball hit Darrell Luter's heel, but then it was his fault that he didn't just fall on it and secure the possession. Instead, he tried to grab it and run with it, and he fumbled it. And Kansas City recovered it. It was the biggest negative play of the game, and it ultimately probably cost the 49ers the Super Bowl. I mean, we could look at it a lot of different ways, but it was definitely one of the biggest negative plays in the game. So the Niners have about a dozen free agents. Who are the ones they're likely to resign? Who are the ones that they're likely to say goodbye to? Well, I was putting together this list as the Ray signing came across the board. So I have 12 free agents listed. Chase Young, Randy Gregory, Ray McCloud, Tayshaun Gibson, Oren Burks, Ross Dwelly, Matt Pryor, Logan Ryan, Sebastian Joseph Day, John Feliciano, Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, and Chris Conley. So I expect most of those guys to walk. I really do. I don't think the Niners are going to sign hardly any of them. I would say Ray's obviously gone. That's official. Randy Gregory and Chase Young, now that the Niners have Leonard Floyd and Yatir Gross-Matos, I think those guys are probably gone. They're going to move on. Tayshaun Gibson, I think, is very likely to move on or retire. The Niners could still bring back a linebacker, and they have Oren Burks and they have Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles. My guess is that Burks moves on. They could both move on, but my guess is Burks for sure moves on. Ross Dwelly, I think is a favorite of Shanahan's. I mean, he could come back for a very minimal deal, but I think they'll probably move on from Dwelly. Matt Pryor, the offensive tackle, I don't see any value at all in Pryor. He's never played. He always seems out of shape. To me, he's just an 11th hour insurance policy. So I think he's gone. Logan Ryan will probably retire and take another cruise. Sebastian Joseph Day. I don't know about Sebastian Joseph Day. I expect him to move on as well. He's kind of, he was underwhelming. I mean, when you look at 310 pounds, he just got engulfed. He seemed like he lacked size. He wasn't a two-gap guy, but, he had played in a two-gap system. As far as one-gap penetration skills, they're better guys than him at doing that. So I just didn't see what Sebastian Joseph Day brought to the table. So I think overall you'd say those 9 guys are all gone. Chase Young, Randy Gregory, Ray McCloud, who's officially gone, Tayshaun Gibson, Oren Burks, Ross Dwelly, Matt Pryor, Logan Ryan, Sebastian Joseph Day. So of the 12, who do I have coming back? Well, I think John Feliciano, it sounds like John Lynch has interest in bringing back Feliciano. Feliciano can play center. He can play left guard. He can play right guard. He still has a lot left. The guy started most of his career. I think he's a decent veteran backup who can play multiple spots. And so I think Feliciano comes back. I think Chris Conley may come back, just as far as big wide receiver, on the minimum, veteran, played some good ball for the Niners, did some real positive things. I could see Conley back. And then if there's one other guy back, maybe Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles. Flanagan-Fowles is a versatile linebacker. He can play special teams. He's smart. I think Flanagan-Fowles, it would be easy for them to move off of Burks and Fowles and go with Curtis Robinson as their special team linebacker. But I think there's a chance that Fowles gets re-signed and that he's at least in the mix for that final linebacker spot. So that's how I see the free agents going. Young, Gregory, McCloud, Gibson, Burks, Dwelly, Pryor, Ryan, and Joseph Day gone. Feliciano, Flanagan-Fowles, and Conley potentially to return. That sounds like it might make sense. I could be off by one, but I think I've got that pegged. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let's get a word from our sponsor. The sponsor of today's video is Aura. Have you ever typed your name on the internet and seen all of your private information is online? Are you tired of receiving tons of spam calls from random numbers? Are you receiving more and more of these as time has gone on? Well, that's where Aura, the sponsor of today's show, can really help you out. Data brokers sell your information to scammers and spammers and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, your email, your home address, all your records, your health records, who your relatives are. It's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use the information to help them access my social media accounts, my bank accounts, or any other sensitive information. Aura also does so much more to protect me and my family from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up. And best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to the link in the description to start your 2-week free trial. And thanks to Aura for sponsoring the Krug Show video today. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So Ray McCloud off to the Atlanta Falcons. What will the Niners do at the return spot? That's the other question. Last year they had, they still have Ronnie Bell as a punt returner. They could always use Ayuk as a punt returner if they wanted to. They have Jordan Mason as a kick returner. Ronnie Bell could kick return. There's also Danny Gray, if he makes the team, or anybody they draft. I could definitely see them on day 3 of the draft going with a speedster, receiver / kick returner. I could see that. That to me makes perfect sense. So we'll see what direction they go. But there you go. The 49ers have said goodbye to Ray McCloud. He is officially an Atlanta Falcon. I expect most of their free agents to walk away with maybe a couple select few re-signing. And thanks to Aura and thanks to Pig and a Pickle for sponsoring this video. And thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.